Hey everyone, happy new year, happy 2022, and let's hope we will get a better year this year than last year. From our end, we're doing everything we can to improve this, including giving as many updates as we can, doing as many of the projects as you want us to do, and generally increasing the reliability of our release dates and all that sort of thing. Now, this, of course, is in the context of COVID still. So I'm going to go through all the projects. I'm going to use Derek's list this time to make sure I don't miss anything. And I'll give you as much information as I can. But the caveat is always remember that COVID is still influencing the big companies, again, like Sony, who's got a 2-year delay on the PlayStation 5. Many car companies that just cannot release cars from the factories because of missing parts. So if the big boys have trouble, I'm going to have trouble as well. So for us in the Netherlands, we've been in a lockdown since mid-December, and today I saw a headline that is probably not going to change until at least the end of January, maybe even longer. Same goes for some of our, there's a couple of suppliers in the Netherlands, of course, as well as Asian suppliers that are dealing with lockdown. So that is the big caveat. So what do we know for sure? Okay, so for the 112 scale Batmobile, the BVS Batmobile, as well as the Justice League kits and the diorama bases, those are nearly done for, we can guarantee that they will be delivered in March, and the way it's looking now, that will be to everyone who has ordered it. So that one is on schedule, and it will be delivered in March to everyone. So that is going to be basically one large batch for everyone who's ordered. Meditation chamber, same thing. So that will also ship in March to everyone who has ordered up until, let's say, the end of the last year. For the Sand Speeder, we will also be able to deliver the first batch, and we're not sure how large that's going to be. So please don't send us emails on how, if we know in what batch you will be, because that really depends on how large the batch size is going to be when we are done in March. So for the Sand Speeder, there is going to be a significant batch in March. At least the people who have ordered it initially, so the first supporters, like everything, it is first come, first serve. The Sand Speeder will be in your hands in March. For the Moisture Evaporator, same thing. So the Moisture Evaporator is, I think pretty much everyone who's ordered it so far until November or December of last year will get it in March. Then moving on to let me slide this over. For the 1966, this is of course what you're all curious about. This also has to be done in batches. So we don't know we don't know the size of the batches. For the 1966, I'm pretty sure anyone who's ordered in the last 12 months will not be getting it in the first batch. That's the only thing I'm pretty sure about. And again, it's first come, first served. Please do not send us emails about what batch you're in. The batches have not been determined yet because we're still in production. What we do know is by the end of this month, we will have the first 4 or 5 production samples ready. One of those will be sent to Warner Brothers for another check. And of course, I'm going to be checking all of them, and I will be sending at least one to Justin, who was an early supporter, and he can, do a review, and so everybody can get a look at it. Same for Aris. So there's going to be some early reviews out there that will give you an idea of how it's going to look. And like I said, end of January, that's when I have the first 4 production samples. If everything is approved, then we will start up the first major batch. And we expect to be able to deliver that first batch around the end of April or the first weeks of May. The goal is for that to be a significant batch, but it will not be enough to get everyone who's pre-ordered it and paid it off in the first batch. The way things are looking now, it does look to be promising for those people for the second batch. So I think the first 2 batches may be big enough to get most, if not all, of the people who have pre-ordered it and paid it off in full. Again, first come, first serve, no guarantees, because it's impossible to predict the future this way. So then for the cargo hold extension, we will be making the first production samples starting late February or early March. And based on that, we can give a more detailed schedule and planning. It looks that we're still on schedule for the delivery dates that are in the Excel sheet. Let me check what... Yeah. So you have seen the 1989 Batwing prototype pictures if you are in our closed Facebook group. I always suggest, if you want to stay up to date with everything that's happening and see all kinds of cool behind the scenes stuff and have your voice heard on current designs, current projects, packaging design, new projects, please become a member of that group. And I will be, I probably have, you've already seen this in the video, I will be overlaying pictures of stuff that's in the works, including 1989 Batwing prototype pieces and stuff. That I expect to have that done around the same time as the 1966 first samples are done. Around the end of the month, I will be able to show you the first so the final prototype. We hope that's the final prototype. After that, we will have learned which of the 2 approaches I've talked about in the last update video will work best for the larger vehicles that have a very low edition size, because of course that's the least ideal combination, right? The large, most complex, hard to make products that will have the lowest edition sizes, so all the costs for that will have to be written off over a smaller number of people, you know. So as soon as we're done with that, we will start the prototype for the Snowspeeder in February, which means that there's a good chance at least the first few, the first small batch will be able to ship out around the date that is in the shipping table. I think that was July for the first few. So then the 1995 Batman Forever Batmobile, we're still waiting for more input from Warner Brothers until we can redo the design, but that is targeted for the end of the year, so that it looks like that is going to be good. For the BVS Batmobile, we've seen the BVS Batwing, we've seen the votes, and the vast majority chose the wings in flight pose. So we will be working on the first prototype of that by the end of the first quarter in that particular pose. So for all the other projects, the Death Star V3, we have started shipping that as promised, and we will be shipping that in smaller batches every week, because it's basically my father, Luke, and Jorrit doing that. So that's on schedule and shipping out. Hoth Rebel Base, we have that one in stock ready to ship. Falcon Cockpits in stock ready to ship. The Falcon Corridor Detolf Deluxe piece, that will be together with the extension and cargo for the cargo hold. What did I say for that? What did we schedule for that? First production samples in March, then yeah, I think delivery sometime this summer. Next on the list, Sleep Bunk, same thing, all in the same batches, so around the summer. It says July 31st here, let's stick with that. Meditation Chamber, We've delivered the first few units, the early production samples, and in March we will be delivering everything else. So that's good. Sand speeder. The sand speeder, like I said, the first batch I will be able to ship in March. That will contain both some Ultimate DXs and the basic true scale versions. There will be a second batch, and I expect that one to ship around May. And then everyone who ordered a sand speeder will have one, and I will have a few in stock starting that point. Let's see, the Bespin gantry diorama, the true scale, is in stock, ready to ship. In March, we will have the final of the Ultimate extension kits. Those are already sold out, but for the people waiting for that, that will be in March. Land speeders ready to ship. BVS bat signal, yeah, June 30th. Let's see, the computer lab, September 30th. We're working on a construction to make it floating, and we're doing a lot of testing and see how that will stay in the longer term. And we might be offering an upgrade to all those people who didn't buy the Ultimate DX version, so the one with the actual monitors. It might be cheaper to just do that, because the vast majority of the computer lab BVS people ordered the Ultimate DX with the working screens. So for the less than a dozen people who didn't order that version, I'll be approaching you in the future to talk about an upgrade. So I think that's everything. Oh, no. Of course, the Iron Scavenger. We've delivered the first batch, and the second batch will be shipping out around March or April, and from then on, it will be in stock for the last units that haven't sold. And then everyone will have that too. So it looks like a lot is going to be shipping out, the way things are looking now, around March or April. And then there's a second large batch starting May, but most of that will be in the summer. And then we will have delivery windows again in September and probably December, the way things are looking now. I have a couple of things I've been working on. Some I can talk about, some not. So as for the 2022 Batmobile, I cannot confirm nor deny that we are working on that. The TIE Fighter, I cannot confirm nor deny that we are working on that. No, we're working on that one. The plaques, they're all done and shipping out. I might be able to do one more small batch, because I did screw up a couple of things that need to be fixed anyway. So if you missed out on the plaques, there's one more small window in the coming weeks where you can probably get yours. So I hope that helps everything, and together with Derek, I will keep you updated through an Excel sheet with the shipping dates and infos, and of course that's going to be updated on the site as well. So for most, we are pretty much on schedule, especially considering all the lockdown circumstances, but it will be in batches, so it won't be the first batch for everyone, and we cannot communicate the batch sizes yet. Okay, I was already editing the video and I saw a question pop up about the throne room. So I asked in the group if people would, if there would be enough people to support a new run, and it doesn't look like there will be. So here's what we're going to do. The true scale is just about, maybe that one will work. So in the group we'll do another poll and see if we get enough support, and if we do, I will put them up for sale. But for now, it looks like with current high aluminum prices that people are just not, there are not enough people to support that rerun. Okay, so hope this helps, and talk to you in the next video. Bye.